What's up everyone? Happy Thursday and welcome to week 4 final core workout for this program. So for today's workout we have 9 different groups. Each group has 2 exercises and we're going to do it in a superset format. So we've done supersets once before. Superset just means you're going to do those 2 exercises back to back before taking a break. Then we'll take a break and we'll move on to the next one. So the timing is going to be 30 seconds on, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. We're going to go through the 9 total sets and then go through it again a second time. And that's it. So we have 18 different exercises today, which is quite a bit. So I'm going to go really quick through the demo. And if you need to practice, you can stop the video at any point and practice yourself. But I don't want to waste too much time with the demo here. So the first group, we're going to start with a side bridge with a kick. So kind of a leg raise. So it's a 2 or 3 in 1 movement here. You're going to get to a side plank position. You're going to drop down with the hips, and then drive the hip up and simultaneously kick. Down, up, and kick. So you're working your obliques here, but also the outside part of your hip. If you're not comfortable with that, get into a side plank position. You can drop down to your knees, cross your feet over, either hold that side plank or just get into the hip bridge without the kick. The second one is going to be a toe reach. So you're on your back, cross your feet, and reach for your toes. The second group will be V punches, so V sit position, feet up, and then you're just going to throw punches. If you can't go feet up, you can go feet down, making it a lot easier. Plank saw, so get into a low plank position, shift your weight back and forth. Feet are anchored, elbows are anchored, you're just kind of moving that body back and forth. Next one is hand to toe reach. So what you're going to do here is you're going to get into a push-up position, and you're going to tap that opposite foot. Try to maintain some good stability throughout. And then we're going to do a crunch clap. So we're going to try to get into a crunch position, feet up, and then crunch and touch your fingers together. Back, crunch. Okay, so if you can't touch your fingers together, just go as close as you possibly can. The next group, we're going to start with the V crunch. So you go hands up, come all the way up and crunch. If you can't do that, you can go hands down for a little bit added support, making it a bit easier. And then we're going to do an inchworm. So inchworm, we're going to start in a standing position, touch your feet, walk out as far as you can, and then walk back and stay. So that's the inchworm. After that, we're going to do a hollow rock. So we've done the hollow hold before, same idea, you're just going to shift back and forth. So get into your hollow hold, shift back and forth. Very slow rock here, maintaining that slight rounding in your low back so you're not arching at all. And then we're going to get into a plank position, and we're going to do a dumbbell rotation. I think we did this in the first core workout. So side plank position again, keep that weight close to your body, and then open up. Legs are controlled, open up. And don't worry, you have 2 rounds, so for anything that's single arm or single side, just do one side for the first round and then switch the second. The next one, reverse crunches. So you're on your back, kick your legs up, and then back up. You can allow your butt and low back to come off the ground as you come up. And then we're going to do a Spider-Man plank. So get into a low plank position, keep your hips low, core engaged, elbow or knee outside of your elbow. This is that one plank variation where you can drop the hips a little bit lower than normal. Next we have sweepers. So you're on your back, legs out, come up, and you're just going to go side to side. So you're kind of working your obliques and your abs at the same time. Cross climbers after that. So cross climbers, it's like a mountain climber variation, except you're bringing the knee inside towards that opposite elbow rather than just in towards your chest. So we'll look like this. Cross climbers. Start off nice and slow. Once you get the hang of it, you can speed it up. Next we're going to do a dead bug. So dead bug you can do with the weight or just body weight. If you're going body weight, 90-degree angle with the legs. One leg extend, opposite arm extends, back to neutral. Same thing. Most important thing is that you keep that low back flat on the ground. Then you're going to grab your one weight if you're able to, nice and light. You don't have to go too heavy for a Russian twist. So you go feet up, chest up, shoulders down, rotate side to side. If you can't do that with your feet up, you can do the exact same thing, feet down. Last group here, we're going to do leg circles. So on your back, leg circles with scissors. So scissors, you're crossing your legs over and then under. If that one's too hard, just modify and hold a plank. All right, so those are the exercises for today. We're going to go through 2 rounds, 30 on, 30 on, 30 off, starting with the side bridge with the kick and the toe reach. Okay, so the side bridge with the kick, just choose that one side for now. All right, we'll begin in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So side plank position, you're gonna drop your hip, touch the ground, and then drive up, kicking your leg up. So down, up, and kick. You're feeling really good burn on the outside part of your hip, especially if your obliques are sore or your glutes are sore from yesterday's workout. 10 seconds, once that buzzer goes off, we're gonna get into a toe reach. Keep it going. 3, 2, 1, so on your back, feet crossed, and reach. The goal here is to get your shoulder blades and shoulders off the ground, reaching up as high as you can. We'll take a 30-second break after this before moving on to the next group. Halfway, reach up. Nice and high. That's what's going to give you that crunch. That's what's going to work out the abs here. Keep it going. 3, 2, 1, and break. So 30-second break. Next we're going to do the V-sit punch with the plank saw. So same thing with the superset, V-sit punch, plank saw. Try to get the feet up if you can with the V-sit. If you can't do it, feet down is okay. Just know that you're going to get a lot less core activation with your feet down. All right, let's get ready. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. So feet up and punch. You can cross the feet if you like. And as you punch, feel free to move side to side, cross punching, just to get a little bit out of oblique activation. You don't have to. You can punch straight ahead too. There's no right or wrong way. Just whatever you prefer. We got just over 10 seconds to go. Plank saw is coming up next. So the plank saw, you're just going to shift your weight back and forth. 3, 2, 1. Plank saw, so low plank position. Shift your weight forward and then back. Squeezing your abs. Make sure your hips are locked, so you're squeezing your glutes. Your knees are locked, so you're squeezing your quads. And breathing the whole time, so you're not holding your breath. 10 seconds to go. We'll take a break after this. 3, 2, 1, and break. So 30-second break. Next we're going to go hand to toe reach. So push-up position. Try to cross over and touch the opposite foot while maintaining your shoulders square down towards the ground. And then a crunch clap. So crunch position, knees 90 degrees. Just try to reach and touch your fingers together behind your legs. So not a full sit up there, just a very subtle crunch. All right, let's get in position here. 3, 2, 1. Push-up position and tap. Opposite sides, nice and controlled. Legs stay straight as it's extended out and on the ground. Shoulders stay square down towards the ground. Try to prevent that rotation, so you don't want your hips stacking over each other. We have about 10 seconds to go. The clap and crunch will be up next. 3, 2, 1, on your back. So 90 degrees here, your arms back, crunch, and try to touch your fingers together. So the crunch allows your low back to stay flat on the ground, but your mid and upper back comes off the ground. This one should be a real ab burner. You got about 10 seconds to go. Taking a break after this. 3, 2, 1, and break. So 30 seconds. Next we have the V crunch with the inchworm. So the V crunch, you can either go hands off the ground or hands on the ground for added assistance. Inchworm, you're going to stand up, touch your toes, walk out as far as you can, walk back, and stand up again. So the inchworm's a little bit of everything. It's not your traditional ab exercise, but it works the entire core. So let's get ready here. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. V crunch, all the way down, all the way up. You can bend those knees, so it's not like a V up where you're keeping your legs straight. Bend the knees, come up into a seated position. If you can't do that, you can go hands down. About halfway there. Once that buzzer goes off, we're going to go right into inchworms. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. So stand up, touch your toes, walk out as far as you can, and then walk back and stand up. Touch your toes, walk out as far as you can, and then repeat. So really working on mobility as well, stability, good full body exercise here, great warm-up exercise as well. 3, 2, 1, and break. So the next group, hollow rock, remember that hollow hold, going back and forth with the side plank, dumbbell rotations with your dumbbell. All right, so for the hollow rock, it's important that you keep that low back rounded a bit, making sure that it's not arching. You don't need to really exaggerate the rock, just very subtle ones. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So just back and forth here, subtle rock. So this is gonna make sure that you're able to control your core while moving. It's one thing to be able to control it during an isometric pull. It's another thing to be able to control it when you're actually moving. We got 10 seconds to go. Dumbbell rotations next. 3, 2, 1. So grab your weight, side plank position. Keep that weight close to your body, and then open up. You tap the ground here, or you can reach under your armpit if you want more of a stretch. Open up. Make sure you keep that weight close to your body. Keep your hips up the whole time, and also make sure that you keep your back nice and straight. You got less than 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. All right, so next we're going to do the reverse crunch with the Spider-Man plank. So the reverse crunch, you're on your back, you're going to kick your feet up towards the ceiling and then fully extend. Spider-Man plank, you're getting into that low plank position. Hips stay low, try to get your knee outside of your elbow. You can kind of shift your weight back and forth like you would with one of those plank saws. Okay, let's get ready. Reverse crunch to start. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So kick up and out. You can kick up a little explosively if you like. On the way down, make sure you keep it nice and controlled. You can also go hands underneath your back if you like. If you want to rest your head back a little more, just find that variation that works best for you. You got about 10 seconds to go. Spider-Man planks coming up next. 3, 2, 1. Spider-Man planks, so low plank position. You're going to try to get your knee outside of your elbow, keeping your hips nice and low the whole time. Remember, you can shift your weight back and forth as your leg moves. Halfway there. Nice 30-second break coming up next. 3, 2, 1, and break. So next one, we're going to do sweepers. On your back, legs just going side to side with cross climbers. So it's that mountain climber position, just bringing your knee in towards that opposite elbow. Start slow, then you can speed it up if you get the hang of it. 10 seconds, we start with sweepers. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, and again, you can go hands underneath here if you like, side to side. Hands underneath just takes a little bit of tension away from your core, so you don't have to work quite as hard to make sure that you have the neutral spine. So it's a bit of a regression, easier variation than going hands up like this. 10 seconds. Cross climbers coming up next. Make sure that back isn't arching here. 3, 2, 1, cross climbers, so push up position, knee to opposite elbow. So here we're working more of the obliques compared to a regular mountain climber. This also substitutes as a really good cardio exercise with some additional core engagement as well. Now about 10 seconds to go. Keep going. 3, 2, 1, and done. So next, dead bug with Russian twists. Dead bug you can do with or without the weight. Don't worry too much about if you're not using weight going opposite arm to the leg. That's ideally how you want to do it because it makes it a little bit easier for balance. But if you end up using the same arm, the same leg, that's okay as well. Russian twist with the weight if you can. Nice and controlled. Try to get those feet up. If you can't go feet up, that's okay as well. Okay, so dead bug in 3, 2, 1. On your back, 90 degrees with the legs, arms up. Once you find that position, make sure your low back stays flat. Extend one leg and your opposite arm while maintaining neutral spine. This is what we call a pelvic floor exercise. Really good at engaging those deep core muscles, the ones that are really responsible for core strength and stability, protecting the spine. Russian twist is next. 3, 2, 1. So grab a weight if you can, get into a seated position, feet up, chest up, and then you're going to rotate side to side. For this movement, you want to lead with the hips, then your shoulders, torso follows, and then your hands follow. So your shoulders should be squared up side to side as you move, not just the weight, but your entire body moving. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so next we're going to do leg circles with the scissors. So leg circles on your back, and then scissors you're crossing over under. The scissors might get difficult, especially right after the leg circle. So if you want to hold a plank instead, feel free to hold a plank instead. This is the last group of the first round. We're going to go through again one more time, and that'll be the workout for today. Okay, let's get ready. In 3, 2, 1, on your back, leg circles. Most exercises like this, and you can switch directions if you want with the circles. Most exercises like this on your back are going to burn a bit more directly on the abs than plank variation. That's not to say they're better or worse. It's just more direct, six-pack abdominal type of muscle work. Scissors are coming up next. 3, 2, 1. So staying on your back, crossing your feet over under. Try to keep your legs nice and straight here. The lower your legs are to the ground, the harder it's going to be. So if you want to make it a little bit easier, you lift those legs up. You can also get into a plank position for the remainder of the time as well. 10 seconds, back to station 1 after this. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we're going to go back to the side bridge with the kick and the toe reach. This time switch sides for the side bridge. Okay, so remember, side plank position, drop down, and as you drive up, not only are you bringing your hips up, but you're also kicking that one leg up nice and high as well. Okay, 3, 2, 1. First thing you do, get into that side plank position. Drop the hips, and then as you come up, lift the leg. So drop, and up. This is a pretty advanced movement. It takes a lot of strength in your core, but also in your hips as well. Halfway. Toe reaches coming up next. Remember, you can modify it to just a bridge or a side plank. 3, 2, 1, on your back. Cross those feet. Reach for the toe reach. Remember, try to get those shoulder blades and shoulders off the ground. Low back stays flat on the ground. And try to cross over with your arms a little bit. We'll get some more range of motion, and you'll also get some added oblique work. 3, 2, 1, and break. So next one will be the V punches. So V sit, punch. From there, you're going to go into a plank saw. So low plank, shifting that weight back and forth. We're in round 2 now, so we're more than halfway done. We'll get started in 10 seconds here. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Feet up if you can. You don't have to go super fast with the punches here. It's more about the control, getting that full extension. If you're rotating, try to get those obliques working. If not, you can go straight ahead. If you're punching straight ahead, try not to move the legs too much. If you're punching side to side, it's okay if your legs move side to side with you. So plank saw is coming up next. 3, 2, 1. Low plank position, and then you're just going to shift your weight forward and back. So use your toes, use the balls of your feet to kind of move your weight back and forth. Really good exercise here for your entire core. Also those serratus muscles. So those are the ones that look like ribs right near your back. We call it the boxer muscle. 3, 2, 1. And break, so 30-second break. Hand to toe reach, crunch clap. So the hand to toe reach, remember you're in that push-up position, you're just trying to tap your opposite foot. Crunch clap 90 degrees, crunch and try to touch those fingers together. Keeping that low back on the ground, your upper back is elevated here. 10 seconds, we'll get started. Okay. 3, 2, 1, push-up position, hand to toe. Nice and controlled. Remember, the foot that's planted on the ground, you want to make sure that leg is straight. The natural tendency to compensate is to bend the knee, because it takes a lot of pressure off your core when your body is in a shorter position. So make sure it's fully extended here. If you can't do this, you can drop down to your knees and do more of a bird dog. 3, 2, 1. So next, crunch clap. So on your back, 90 degrees. Once you're in that 90 degrees, you're going to crunch. Try to touch those fingers together. Lay back, come forward. Halfway. Remember to get the upper back and those shoulder blades off the ground here. This one should really burn those ab muscles. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so 30-second break. Inchworm and V crunch. We'll do the V crunch first. Remember, you can go hands up or hands down, and then the inchworm, standing position, touch your feet, walk out, come back. V crunch is going to be one of those harder ab exercises as well. So if you need to take a break, take a break. Remember, we do get a nice 30-second break after each round. Okay, let's get in position here. 3, 2, 1, all the way down, and crunch up. It's up to you if you want to go slower or faster. I always prefer slower, at least with most core exercises, just to really make sure that I'm working the muscles I should, that my form is good, full range of motion, all of that good stuff. Inchworms are coming up next. 3, 2, 1, standing up, touch your feet, walk out as far as you can, and then walk back. Same thing, stand up, touch your feet, walk out, as far as you can. The farther you walk out, the more core activation you're going to get. And stand up, less than 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, and break. Next we have the hollow rock with the dumbbell side plank rotations. And if the hollow rock is too tough for you, modify to a hollow hold. Can't keep that low back flat. I'm going to bend the knees a little bit more and crunch just to hold that position. Once you lose it, take a break. Okay, 3, 2, 1, hollow hold, and then just shift back and forth. What you're trying to do here is you're trying to actively develop a little bit of a rounding in your lower back. So it's like you're holding a crunch, just to make sure that your lower back doesn't start to arch. About 10 seconds to go here. Dumbbell rotations on the other side coming up next. 3, 2, 1, grab your weight, side plank. Make sure it's on the opposite side this time. Reach and extend. Really good exercise for your back as well. I think we did this exercise during a pull day because it's a really good exercise for your posture, your mid and upper back muscles. Really get lit up during this one as well. 10 seconds. Keep those hips up. 3, 2, 1, and break. So next we have reverse crunches with the Spider-Man plank. 4 more groups, and then we're done. So home stretch now. 1 more workout tomorrow for cardio to finish off in 28 days. Hopefully you've noticed that you've been getting better with your conditioning, with your form, with whatever it is that you want to improve on. By now, you should be seeing some improvements if you've been consistent. Okay, reverse crunch in 3, 2, 1. So kick up and out. On the way up, can be fast and explosive, but on the way out, slow and controlled. You don't have to go hands under your hips. It's just an easier way to do it, because you never want to feel any core exercise in your low back unless I say otherwise. Unless you're in like a Superman or something like that. 3, 2, 1, Spider-Man plank. Low plank position. Knee outside. Hips nice and low here. So this is a really good dynamic plank exercise. One of my favorite plank variations to do because it really does target all aspects of your core. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, next one, sweepers. So side to side with cross climbers. 3 more groups. You guys have me doing more abs in the past 28 days than I've done in the past 28 years, so it's good not only for you, but for me as well. Okay, in 10 seconds we'll start off with the sweepers, cross climbers after that. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. So try to keep your legs straight. It's like you're doing a semicircle here. So halfway, and then stopping, bringing it down, and repeating. Good exercise for your abs, and again, obliques. So you get a lot of both ab and oblique variations today. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, cross climbers, let's go. Push up position, knee to opposite elbow. And once you start getting comfortable, that's when you can start speeding it up. You should of course feel the abs, but we're also getting the heart rate up here. Good for the shoulders, good for conditioning. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, 2 more groups. Dead bug with Russian twists coming up next. Dead bug's a really important exercise, guys, so pause the video if you have to. Make sure you get it down pat. It shouldn't be hard to do with regards to the abs burning, but just maintaining that neutral spine and that flat back, really important. 10 seconds. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, on your back. Remember, first thing to do, get that 90 degrees, lift your arms up, and slowly extend that leg and your opposite arm. If you have a Swiss ball, great variation you do here is to hold that Swiss ball between your hand and bent knee, and then release as you switch. Make it a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more challenging, but also a good cue. 3, 2, 1, Russian twist. So grab your weight. You can do this one without a weight as well. Feet up, chest up, shoulders down. I prefer this exercise with the med ball, so if you have a med ball, you can do that too. It's just easier to grab. But like I said before, most important thing here is that your entire body moves side to side. 10 seconds. Almost there, guys. Keep it going. 3, 2, 1. All right, on to that last group. Leg circles and scissors. Remember, you can modify the second one to just a regular plank hold if you like. So leg circles. You can switch directions here after each rep if you like, or just do the one side. And the scissors, try and keep those legs straight, over and under. Last set of the day, guys. Let's finish off strong here. Okay, 3, 2, 1. All right. So leg circles. Like I said with so many of these exercises, as you get lower to the ground, it becomes harder on your abs. When your feet are up higher, much easier. So you can adjust accordingly. 10 seconds. The scissors are coming up next. 3, 2, 1. So same thing on your back. Cross over and under with your feet. If you want to modify here, plank hold. This is the last set of the day. Halfway, guys. Remember to keep breathing. If it helps, you can get those shoulders off the ground just to make sure that your low back stays flat. 10 seconds. Abs should be on fire by now. 3, 2, 1, and done. That's it for today, guys. Comment below. Let me know that you did the workout. I'll see you tomorrow for our cardio workout.